You know, Dianne Feinstein has missed, I think, all of her votes recently. She's 89 years old.
Yeah, for a couple of months.
And he's saying, look, you got to be able to vote.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be able to do the job.
But then there's also the undercurrent of he's got someone he would like to replace her, and then Nancy Pelosi's got her camp. So there's internal California politics of the establishment.
There certainly is. But it also then brings up, what about Fetterman, who's also missed a lot? And even on the Republican side, what about congressmen who are perfectly healthy, but their staffers do everything for them, like Lindsey Graham, who didn't even know he had co-signed onto the Restrict Act?
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and looking like three buzzards in The Lion King waiting for Simba to die, Fox News hosts circled around flapping their beaks waiting for the next legislator to drop. Fox News hosts pretended to be concerned about Dianne Feinstein's health on a recent episode of Fox's Conspiracy Express. Host Rachel Campos-Duffy threw in an odd flavor to the mix in an attempt to gaslight gullible viewers. Lindsey Graham was the secret ingredient to Fox host Nutcake Recipe.
So those are all kinds of issues, not just about people's health, but how the whole system runs. Is it really run by the representatives, or are their staffs doing it? I imagine in Dianne Feinstein's case, it's a staff. Fetterman's case, and maybe Lindsey Graham's case, because how do you not know you didn't sign on to the Restrict Act, which is, I mean, one of the greatest threats to our civil liberties. There's hard to believe.
While bashing on two Democrats, Dianne Feinstein and John Fetterman, the Fox News panel offered one of their own as a sacrifice. Lindsey Graham didn't even know that he had co-signed on the Restrict Act or the TikTok ban bill, said Campos.
A lot of senators get so much incoming they have to outsource it to staff.
But,
even more so than the House, I'm sure.
But how do you co-sign a bill and not know you co-signed it? I'm sorry.
I'd want to know his answer.
I think that's very important. And it is one topic, and another topic is if you are so unhealthy that you cannot do the job, maybe you should not be doing the job.
And then that goes all the way up to Joe Biden.
She asked if Graham, Feinstein, and Fetterman were running things, or was it their staff that was running everything? Duffy is raising a bunch of what about this and what about that to hype up her struggling ratings. It's all for show, but since she brought it up, the Restrict Act goes much further in scope than just a TikTok ban. The primary targets of the legislation are companies like TikTok, but the language of the bill could possibly block or disrupt cryptocurrency transactions like Bitcoin. The Restrict Act is said to be so broad that you can't see where its authoritarian powers end. It's said that it is an open-ended bill that can exploit trending panic for terrible legislation. To try and tie John Fetterman and Dianne Feinstein to such legislation is pure misrepresentation. That's all Lindsey Graham's doing. We aren't for sure why Graham was a target of attack from Fox. Maybe they're not fans of all the Ladybug Lindsey Graham videos on TikTok. The Tom Jones She's a Lady clips with Lindsey Graham's face are absolutely hilarious as well. This is just another attempt by Fox to misrepresent facts to the American public. Dianne Feinstein will make the best decision for Dianne Feinstein. John Fetterman has already defied the odds and is overcoming the effects of a life-altering event. To minimize the health concerns of Senator Feinstein and Senator Fetterman is underhanded. The host wants you to think that something is wrong and something needs to be done right away. These are the same people who are spreading lies about Joe Biden coming for their gas stoves and washing machines. Fox News is not news. It's opinions and conspiracy. They are the trash tabloids of television, and they cannot be quoted as a credible news source. The two multi-million-dollar lawsuits that Fox is facing could mean disaster to the network. The damage that Fox has caused is worth much more than $2.6 billion, though. They have been a source of right-wing grooming over the years. The Trump brain dead and all the children that they have spawned and indoctrinated have all paid homage to Fox as the source of their stupidity at one point or another. This is just another episode of the Fox circus. They are sticking with their plan to bring opinions instead of headlines. It should be clear by now that Fox has no intention to report the truth. They all know that what they broadcast is garbage, and it's clear that they mock their own viewers with insults. It will be absolutely epic to watch Fox go off the air. They should be held accountable for misleading the American public. Everyone who has believed Fox and gotten a criminal record because of it should be allowed to sue Fox as well. Fox is part of the Trump criminal enterprise, and when he goes down, they'll all go down with him, and that's a fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.